Good evening, friends. Welcome to Joey on the Caribbean Weather Dude YouTube channel. Wednesday looks to be a particularly severe weather day out there. Already had lots of destructive weather in the States today. Tornado warning at the time of recording here in Kansas. This tornado right now, thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, was located near Chase, 9 miles out of Ellenwood, moving at 55 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation. Nasty stuff out there, and it's only going to get worse. Yeah, that doesn't look good. That's a really, really strong signature. So it looks like tornado is probably on the ground in there somewhere. So lots of severe weather on the board right now, especially for Ontario with more ice storms possible. Plus, tornado weather outbreak. Yeah, moderate risk. And moderate risk means high risk in the weather world. This is the Caribbean Weather Dude up in Wells, BC, 3,953 feet above sea level. Make sure to hit like, share, subscribe. Let's go. There it is. This is bad news. My God.
Fallout right now.
Anything can happen.
Get on!
Wow. I'll watch the video later. They dry mopping this. Hey, a bit of a snowfall warning going on in Alberta right now in the foothills and in the Rockies. Here's the low developing in the continental part of the United States, out in the plains. You can see where some of those storms are leading up, and now we see where the ice storms could be on the front end of it. They're moving up through, the Great Lakes area, more or less, into Ontario. Not good. They just had so much, and that seems like a lot of it, actually. Seems like a lot of it. Even out towards the far western reaches of Ontario, where that low is going to start moving up and through. You can see just a little bit of snowfall through the mountains in BC, flurries and whatnot. Another day or two of unsettled weather and cool conditions here in BC, but nothing too dramatic. Not like we are seeing in some of these storms that could be breaking out down this line that could turn very severe tomorrow. We'll try to get to as many details as we can. That just gives you a look at that line forming. Oh, very nasty looking. Look at the ice storm now reaching into New York State, up towards Vermont, into Quebec, all across eastern Ontario. Freezing rain, ice pellets, sleet, things like that. So not good, not good. We're concerned about that for sure. Wow, yeah, into Thursday overnight. Could be bad. They've already had so many trees down, so many power outages and things like that. And the trees that haven't come down yet, maybe some of them are now weakened by it. So hopefully they can get out of this better than they did last weekend. Not looking good. And then we have snowfall up into Quebec and whatnot as we close out the week. More thunderstorms possible still Thursday, Friday, but I think the big severe outbreak is looking at Wednesday. That's the day that we could be seeing the deadly, deadly weather. And things are going to warm up in British Columbia. Boom, looks so nice. I can't wait. Rounds and rounds and rounds of strong thunderstorms through the states. Yeah, up that Mississippi Valley seems to be getting a lot. Missouri seems to be getting it a lot. Arkansas on the boundary there, right on down towards Louisiana. Ooh, that's another big line Sunday, so rounds of severe precipitation for them. On the Canadian side right now, yes, some snowfall warnings in the Rockies, 5 to 10 centimeters up there. I'll be a break in the snowfall through the day on Wednesday, but heavy snow is expected Wednesday evening. Another 5 to 15 centimeters maybe by Thursday morning. Maybe 15 to 30 by Thursday morning in some areas. Visibility may be reduced, of course, at times. Out towards Calgary, even snowfall warning, 5 to 10 centimeters, but that will end by Wednesday morning for them. And then on down the line, 25 centimeters tops. Wednesday morning is when the snowfall will begin there. They will be heaviest over the higher terrain on Wednesday night. It will taper off on Thursday. That's not really the big story right now. The big story for us in Canada, looking at this weather break, is first of all, we'll start from Western Ontario and move on through. Snowfall warnings up there, maybe up to 20 centimeters. Lake Nipigon and areas north of Lake Superior Wednesday morning might be seeing this. Easterly wind gusts 50 kilometers will make blowing snow. Snow will taper to flurries west to east through Thursday morning. Thunder Bay, what are we looking at for you? 20 to 30 centimeters for them. Snowfall may exceed 30 centimeters in the higher terrain west of Thunder Bay. That's a lot of snowfall, and there's going to be gusty winds, easterlies, blowing snow, particularly for exposed areas of Lake Superior. Okay, we'll keep moving a little bit eastward here. Freezing rain warning Wednesday night into Thursday morning for a large section across Ontario there. Oh, wow, that's not good. It'll first begin as ice pellets before transitioning to freezing rain. may see 10 centimeters of snow prior to that as well. Particularly areas northeast of Lake Superior. Easterly winds will be gusting to 50. That could make for blowing snow. Temperatures will rise above the freezing mark Thursday morning. Down by Sault Ste. Marie on through to Thunder Bay over to the Ottawa Valley. We have 2 to 5 millimeters of freezing rain expected Wednesday afternoon through Wednesday night. So that's not too much, I guess. 5 centimeters of snow may happen first, though. Easterly winds will be gusting 50, except 70 kilometers on areas near the North Channel to Sault Ste. Marie, which will lead to poor visibility. These gusterly winds may exacerbate tree damage. What about up the Bruce? Up the Bruce, we have 2 warnings, freezing rain warning and rainfall warning. Well, we don't care about as much about the rainfall warning, I suppose. 4 to 8 millimeters of freezing rain accretion. Maybe by Wednesday evening. It will not be as significant of the one last weekend, so that's good. Freezing rain begins east of Lake Huron Wednesday morning before reaching central Ontario by the afternoon. Precipitation may begin as snow and ice pellets, especially over central Ontario. As temperatures rise above the freezing rain, it will transition to rain over southwestern Ontario Wednesday afternoon and across Ontario Wednesday evening. For locations like the Dundalk Highlands and Niagara Escarpment, freezing rain may linger. Good, unfortunately for them. Down southern Ontario, especially, we're looking at rainfall warning. Okay, yeah, but I am still concerned that there'll be some winds coming at the front of some of these. So tree damage, that's what we were talking about earlier. So that's one thing we are concerned about. So Ontario looking at a lot for freezing rain warnings, even out towards Mum's Place there, and out towards Ottawa and up towards the Quebec border. May be exacerbated by 50 kilometers an hour is the tree damage. And we only have special weather statements so far on tap into Quebec, which we know will probably be seeing some ice accretion there through parts of wintry mixes of precipitation and things of the like by Thursday morning. And currently up in northern Newfoundland, there's a blizzard warning. 120 kilometer an hour winds. Wow, 30 centimeters from Hopedale to Postville is where the highest is. Snow overnight until Wednesday evening. Wow, that's could have some school closures up there. And the top end of the island, 110 kilometer an hour maxes for the North Peninsula East Wednesday afternoon until midnight Wednesday night. Here's what the National Weather Service is saying. Looking at Wednesday, and we have that moderate risk. That's 4 to 5 on the scale. It's not looking good for that particular area that we are going to narrow down and talk about here. Give you the rundown. If you have friends, family, if you live down there, take note. This is some serious potential deadly weather coming at you. We've already had flooding warnings that have been issued tonight. We've had tornadoes on the ground today. I don't have full updates on what's happened today with tornadoes and tornado damage, but someone on YouTube probably does, and maybe I will for you by tomorrow. Of course, I've only been home a day so far. Numerous severe storms are likely Wednesday and Wednesday night across southern Great Lakes, mid-Mississippi Valley, and North Texas into Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, with severe wind gusts, very large hail, and strong tornadoes. This broad mid-level trough and powerful 100-knot jet streak will accelerate northeastward from the Central Plains to the Great Lakes on Wednesday. Strong ascents from the advancing upper trough and primary shortwave impulse will support a deep surface low moving from the northern plains into the western Great Lakes. A warm front will rapidly move north through the morning, which will allow for a broad, warm sector featuring 60s Fahrenheit dew points to expand as far north as eastern Iowa. Okay, that's moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico to north central Ohio, southern Michigan by Wednesday afternoon, evening. A cold front attendant to the deep surface cyclone, out in the front of this system will sweep eastward with widespread strong to severe storms expected. For the mid-Mississippi Valley to the lower Ohio Valley, thunderstorms will likely be ongoing from northeast Texas to the upper Midwest as the beginning at the period. East of this activity, a warm front will surge rapidly north across Illinois and Indiana with mid-60s dew points expected across mid-Mississippi valleys to the lower Ohio Valley by midday. As temperatures warm into the upper 70s to low 80s, moderate to strong instability will develop by early afternoon. A cap centered around 700 millibars. So, a bit of a lid put on the storms should keep deeper convection suppressed for much of the day. So that's one of the hopes, maybe. However, as height falls over spread, the warm sector after 21Z and ascent increases in the right entrance region of the upper level jet, this cap will erode. So basically, at some point, the cap is going to maybe come off. And if it does, simultaneously, even richer low-level theta E with upper 60s dew points and mean mixing ratio in excess of 14 joules per kilogram will advect into the mid-Mississippi Valley. This will provide an environment for explosive supercell develop given 45 to 55 knots for effective shear. Winds moving at different heights at different layers of the atmosphere, of the sky above you, where the clouds are, okay? In addition, low-level shear will support the threat for tornadoes. So things are going to be spinning low-level. These storms are going to get spinning, basically. That's going to make this simple for you, okay? So a broad, strong, low-level jet will be present across the warm sector for the entire day. However, there will be some relative weakening during the 18 to 22Z period, later in the day. This may limit tornado threat initially, but by 0Z, this guidance shows a renewed low-level jet strengthening and elongating of the hodographs. Therefore, the primary threat could be hail for a few hours during the evening before the tornado threat increases. Could be an overnight tornado threat and persists. Orientation of the storms and potential for training do provide some uncertainty, but in the moist environment, expect multiple mature supercells to persist into the evening when very strong low-level shear develops. Multiple strong to potentially intense tornadoes are possible during this period. Oh, very concerning. When North Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, late Wednesday night, initially elevated supercells will likely develop along north and front of the northwest Texas. Across northwest Texas, okay, so hail will be the primary threat at first, but some damaging wind threats could gust out in front of the storms as they move east, and the front will start to move northward. These storms may eventually become surface-based early Thursday morning along the Red River from north central Texas to Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas area. But for the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes, a conditional, potentially potent, severe threat could materialize across northern Illinois and into southern Michigan on Wednesday. The area close to the surface low and beneath the very strong mid-level jet streak will have a wind profile favorable for all severe weather hazards. However, destabilization will deepen heavily on the overnight convection Tuesday night from the central plains into Missouri. If morning convection can clear, and especially if the broken clouds can permit some heating, if the early sort of storms and rain bombs kind of don't linger too long and the sun can poke through and get the ground real warm, oh boy, boom, we could really have a rockin' show. So we do have a tornado watch still going on in the States right now this evening. So that's from the Storm Prediction Center in Oklahoma. Tornado watch for southeast Kansas. So we did see one that's probably on the ground right now. Hope that gives you just a little bit of a heads up for what's coming on Wednesday for all points and places. Going to be a pretty bad one, especially for people driving. Could be dangerous. Could see those thunderstorms even in southern Ontario Wednesday night, delivering heavy excessive rainfall amounts. Could see lots of car accidents where that freezing rain comes through Ontario again. Could see those winds and the freezing rain break off a few more branches, lead to a few more power outages, exacerbating problems as cleanup still goes on there. Could see tornadoes, severe weather outbreaks. Already been tornadoes and severe weather outbreaks, so definitely a Wednesday to watch on all the weather fronts. Watch your weather people, watch the streams, watch the news if you're interested, and watch your weather apps. Make sure you know what's going on if you live in any of those places, friends. Okay, take care, be safe, hit like, share, subscribe. We'll see you again. Okay, bye.